In this lesson, we will explain the concept of a wildcard. And the wildcard is actually one of those extremely useful tools and concepts to use in a command line interface. And there's no better way to explain it than by a straightforward example. So I'm currently in my user directory, and I'm gonna head over to my downloads directory, and I currently have a couple of different files. I have two files named doc1 and doc2.txt. I have a file1, file2, file3.txt, and I have a song A and song B.mp3. Now let's say, for example, I would like to remove all of these files. Just remove them all together and move them into a different directory. So in that case, I'll be using the move command to remove them from this directory and place them in another one. So when we used the move command before, we used it with one file. So let's say file1.txt, and I could write that I want to move it to my /home/Ibrahim/public, for example. So that would work for one file. So what if I want to move more than one file? What if I want to move all the files? So what I can simply do is use a wildcard. And a wildcard is simply an asterisk. What an asterisk does is it simply tells Linux, I want you to move everything in the directory that I'm standing in into that other directory. So let's try out that command. Hit enter. If I press ls, the files no longer exist in the downloads directory. And if I go into my public directory and hit ls, I'm going to find that those files are now here. Well, let's take another example regarding the asterisk or the wildcard. Let's say I want to remove the files that end with .mp3. So I just want to remove these two files, but not these five. I can simply write rm song A, for example, .mp3, and then song B.mp3, and that will remove them. Or another option, I can just write rm song A.mp3 space song B.mp3, because the rm command can actually take more than one input, and that will also do the job. But if I have 100 files that I need to delete, that's going to be a lot of typing to do. So I can simply write rm asterisk, so that would be all the files, .mp3. So what that does is it tells the Linux OS, I want you to remove all the files that starts with anything then .mp3. So basically any file with any name that ends with .mp3 is going to be removed. And if I hit enter and press ls to see the output, I'm going to see that we have successfully removed these two files. I can also use the wildcard at the end of a file name. So for example, let's say I want to delete all the files that starts with the word file for file. I can simply write rm file and then asterisk. So this says to the Linux OS, I want you to remove anything that starts with the word file. So if I hit enter and press ls one more time, you're going to see that we have successfully removed all these files and left these two files intact. So the asterisk or the wildcard in Linux and in the command line interface is extremely useful, and it's going to save you a lot of time.